Do you struggle with shiny object syndrome? Say that 3 times fast. That's tough. Um, should you focus on one thing, or do you get distracted by everything else going on, or you see this, you see that, and it's like I want to try this, I want to try that. I struggle with it, right? I struggle with shiny object syndrome. Uh, you see all these people doing all these different things, and it's like, man, this is cool, that's cool, and I want to try this, I want to try that, and oh man, this and that. But then it gets to the point where I spread myself too thin, and I can't do anything. I can't execute anything, and I'm just doing little bits and pieces of all these different things. And like for me, like over the last decade, my background has been kind of in it, not kind of my background has been in SEO, content marketing. Um, Last year or two, dabbling in like paid ads. So like that's my wheelhouse, right? And then it's like I look at all these other things and that I want to try and do, and like, man, it looks great. But then it's you got to think like, is this a business? Could this be a business? And a couple things that I've listened to yesterday and today. One was from Matt Giovanici. Um, Again, say that 3 times fast. From MoneyLab.co. He does a daily podcast. It's pretty cool. It's actually kind of like what I'm doing here. I didn't realize that till today. Um, he just sits down, records, and like just talks about stuff he's working on, or somebody sends him a question, then he answers the question, and cool format. And I guess it made me like this more, or made me think like, hey, you know what? Like, hey, maybe this is beneficial to somebody, because I think just listening to him is beneficial. Hearing his thoughts. Um, so he runs a website called SwimUniversity.com, and he for years worked in the pool industry, cleaning pools, worked at a pool store. So he built a website about how to keep your pool clean, how to clean your hot tub, um, and it's a pretty large site. It was one of like the largest swimming sites, I guess, the swimming education niche. And I know like over the last few years he's had a lot of competitors. He's very open with the site and the earnings. I think it's like mid 6 figures a year, like 400,000 or 500,000 a year, I believe. Um, and so like but then he also like his hobbies was like brewing beer, and he built a brewing site. He built a community for like online entrepreneurship, make money online type of thing. Um, and he closed that down. He quit worrying about the brewing, and he's just focused on Swim University now. And I think like the title was like, hey, did I make more money focusing on just one site? And he's like, no, I haven't, right? I'm not making more money yet. And um, he was private labeling, which is like if you like if you get this bottle of water that's this is Kroger brand, but if I just bought Kroger water and I called it Josh's water, and then I sold it, like I didn't change anything to the product. Of course, it's just water, right? What can you change? Uh, but that would be private label. So he did that with pool chemicals, and like revenue wise, like everything looked good revenue wise. But then once he realized like what he was spending on his ads, and then his inventory cost, like it just didn't work out for him. So like he's tried it. He's trying different things and seeing what works. And his whole thing is like, no, he's not making more money yet, but he's refining his system. He's collecting emails off of Facebook through ads, and he's essentially paying like 20 cents a lead, which is super cheap. He's paying like 80 cents to a dollar. But then when they buy his pool cleaning uh, course, which who knew, right, that you could sell a course on cleaning a pool, which is pretty incredible. Like you could sell a course on anything. Um, so when he breaks the math out, it's like 20 cents an email, and that's just people who opt in and then go directly to the sales page and buy right then. So that doesn't he's not tracking the people who uh, stay in his email sequence and buy like in 2 weeks, a month, or whatever it is, right? So more than likely, he's probably profitable over time with this. But yeah, so he just says that like focusing on the one thing is like he's not making more money right now, but he feels in time it will, like it's going to compound, right? Like compound interest, right? Like you put $1 in today, and over the next 10, 20 years, that dollar is going to eventually double. But of course, he's doing a lot of other things inside just that business, right? He's got YouTube, he's got shorts, he's got course content, he's got like podcasts, he's got blog content, right? He's got all these different things that moving pieces. He's got support for he's got physical product sales, so he's got all these moving pieces, right? So he's focused on one site, one project, but there's multiple pieces involved in this project, right? So then I started listening to Alex Hormozy, which, man, you've probably seen him, right? He's all over YouTube. I'm trying to think, what was the episode for his? It was Discover the easiest business to $1 million. I'm listening to on the podcast here, and so he kind of talks about the same thing, and it was like the info marketing, which you see a lot on YouTube, right? It's like, hey, like, I'm a YouTuber. Hey, here's how you grow a YouTube channel, right? Because everybody wants a YouTube channel now. Or it's like, hey, like in Matt's case, right? Hey, I worked in the pool industry. Here's a course on how you clean your pool, digital product. And he's like, yeah, that Alex says like that's the quickest way to get to $1 million to $5 million like a year. He said, but very seldom do you see somebody take a course business, info product business to 10, 30, 50, $100 million a year. And he said, you definitely don't see them exit. You don't see them sell. And it's like, sometimes the business, like, it gets you by and it's a lot of work and you don't make tons of money, but the money comes when you sell, and it's like you get the lump sum of cash for 3, 4, 5 years of profit at one time. And that's where you get the big payday. And so, like Alex says, with the course business, you can't exit, right? It's like, because it's based on, like the person more than likely, right? Like if I was to build a course on like marketing, like it's you got used to me with my videos teaching you this and that, right? Like I wouldn't be able to sell that course to somebody else that could just come right in and pick up where I left off, right? It just wouldn't work. And then so he compares it to, which is oddly enough like a brick and mortar. Like he's like, when you have, like one location of your brick and mortar business and you scale up to 5, he was like, the guy who creates a course about opening, operating, and getting to 5 brick and mortar businesses, yeah, he makes a little bit of money. He sells his course, he makes his few $1 million a year. He said, but the guy who sticks with it and gets 10 locations, 20 locations, 30 locations, gets to like 50, 60 locations, he's like, they're going to be the ones that are making money. He's like, because they've built systems, they have managers that are running the day-to-day at each of these locations, and then you sell all 60 locations for, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, right? And it's like, again, you're focused on one business, but it's like, there's so many moving parts, right? And who was it? He mentioned somebody, maybe Panda Express, that all of their locations are corporate owned. I had no idea. I assumed it was a franchise. But he says Panda Express has like 2,600 locations, did 27% profit, and I think on 14 billion in sales or 6 billion in sales. I don't know, right? But just crazy, crazy money that they're making. And the business, if he could sell that to, to like private equity or to whoever, like a big hedge fund, right, for billions of dollars, right? And he's saying that you're not going to do that with the info product business. So where am I going with all this is like, one, I think it just depends on what you want to do, what your lifestyle is, right? Like, I would be more than happy with $1 million a year profit business. Like, I would be set, right? Like, I could live a very, very comfortable life, put up enough money and invest in real estate, stocks, put up money for the kids, and like just continue to grow that business. So I would be very happy with that. I don't need a $50 million, $100 million business or exit. Like, I have no desire to to run a company that big with hundreds of people or thousands of people. But I guess it brings me all back. So where I'm going with all this, like today I didn't get the videos done that I said I was going to have done by the end of the week. Uh, I just didn't get it done for the marketing channel. And honestly, like I just not too excited to do it. Like I'm just, uh, and I knew today was going to be tough with working and then the birthday dinner. So I just didn't get it done, and I'm tired now. It's only 8:30, which is like a couple hours earlier for me. So like I'm gonna get this done, shower, and I'm gonna get in bed and hopefully be asleep within an hour, or at least by 10 be asleep so I can wake up early to go to work. Uh, but what I did do is I worked on the ecom store. By default, the collection, which is like the all like it's like the category of the product. So like say it was creatine products, like all the creatine products would be listed here. And if I wanted to add text to the page, the text was on top, the product should be underneath it. Um, which is if you were looking for creatine supplements, more than likely you don't want to read, you just want to look at supplements and you want to be able to go click and buy. So I wanted to put the text on the bottom, which is good. The text is good for SEO, but I want the products on top, which is good for the user experience for whoever's searching for creatine supplements, right, to buy it. Um, I end up having to figure that out. I went to like Perplexity AI, and I was actually just told them, hey, this is my theme. This is the page I have. How do I fix this? And like it gave me step by step instructions where to go look, what code to insert, and like to look for and everything. And like I ended up getting it fixed, which was so super cool. Um, but where I'm going with all this is like, should I focus on the agency, right? Like I want to get two clients at $2,000 each a month, which would be $4,000. That just gives me little room to get by, and then I could scale up. You know what I mean? I can get two, three, four, five. I mean, of course, it's work, but I could scale it up to 10,000 or whatever a month or more, and then I could hire people, of course, to help me. But then I'm thinking, like, man, if I did $20 net profit a sale, um, if 5 sales a day or $100, that's 3,000 a month, right? At 15, that's 4,500, right? If I could do, is it 15? No, 5, no, 10. So I need like 7 sales, 8 sales a day, right? All right, hang on, public math. Um, yeah, so I need 6.6 sales a day to get $4,000 a month profit, right? So I'm like, that would be a lot more fun for me, a lot more enjoyable, and I think could be faster um, than the agency work, right? You know, and then so that's where I'm at with all of this. Like, man, it's taken me 13 minutes to get here, but is like, should I just focus on that right now for the next 4 weeks, maybe even? You know, I don't know, man. Um, but then and part of this is I just don't want to write a script. Like, I hate to write. So it's like I need to sit down and force myself to write the script, to record the videos, to put it out there, and kind of see what happens, and maybe just not be as aggressive. Um, and I think it would be cool to do the 8 videos in 4 weeks, and to see what it does for the channel, and say, hey, like I put up 8 videos and I landed one client, 2 clients. It'd be a cool case study that I could share on this channel. Like it's just something that I could show you. Like, hey, this is what I did. Hey, go learn some skills, create content about skills, get clients for skills, right? So that'd be super cool. Um, so I think I need to do it, but I just think it's just not the focus. I don't want to focus there. I want to focus on supplements. Um, that's just what I like, man. I like the idea of it. And I think reframing from I need hundreds or thousands of products in my store to it doesn't matter. I just need to sell seven products a day that can net me $20 profit, and like I'm good. So I don't care if it's the exact same product. And if they add something else to their cart, more than likely they will, right? You more than likely you're gonna add a few things. Then like that's just gravy. So it's just focus on selling one item 7 times a day. That's it. So that's where I'm at. So, man, what a rant, man. 15 minutes almost. So this is day 53. Day 53 out of 100. So I have 47 more days left, man. But I feel good. Like we're just gonna keep rolling, man. We're just gonna keep building. And at the end of the day, I don't have it figured out. Tomorrow all this is gonna change, but like, man, nobody has it figured out. I'm realizing nobody has it figured out. They just keep showing up every day and putting stuff out there. It's all you got to do, man. Is just put it out there. Nobody's gonna see it anyways, and then eventually, if something sticks, it sticks. Then you just keep doing more of that. I haven't found the thing that sticks yet, right? So I'm just gonna keep throwing stuff out there, and we're gonna go. So if anybody watches this, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for day 54.